Hi guys, how you all doing? It's Daniel from the tool room. Firstly guys, my apologies that it's been such a long time since I've done a video. Long story short, guys, I've had to change jobs. I've had to completely redo my garden. I've had to completely redo my bathroom. It's been an incredibly busy time for me, so I've just not had time to do these videos. Now, a while ago, guys, I told you I had a new tool bag coming, and this is it. This is the Klein Tools Master Backpack. Now, please forgive the lack of bells and whistles on this video. Basically, I've got a temporary phone, and it doesn't have some of the apps and technology on it and software that my old phone does for taking videos, so forgive me for that. But let's get into this, guys. This is it, the Klein Tools Master Backpack. Now, this has been sent me by Klein Tools, okay, so I'll just disclose that. However, this isn't a sponsored video by Klein. I'm not being paid to do this video, so basically I can say whatever I want. Okay, so so I'm going to tell you what I like about this bag, a couple of things I don't like about this bag, and I'm going to show you around the bag. Now, if you want an in-depth video of the bag itself, like the empty bag and the features of the bag, that is not what I've been asked to do by Klein, okay? So if you want that, get over to Residual Current, and Mikey does a full video on there of the bag and all its features, okay, and what the bag is like. He takes you on a quick tour around the bag. That's not to say I'm not going to show you any of the features of the bag, but what they really wanted me to do, which I'm more than happy to do because I find that more interesting, is show you how I use the bag, how I load it out, and what I do with it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do for you tonight, guys. So let's start with some of the things, the features I do want to point you towards on the bag. Okay, so this bag is around the 320, 330 pound mark. Okay, so this is Klein's absolute top of the range. This is their flagship. Okay, this is their flagship bag. The Master range is their flagship. They do one of these and they do a wheel tool bag as well. Okay, and these are the Master ones. Okay, now this is made of a 1680D ballistic weave nylon. Okay, what the heck is that, you might be thinking? Well, I'll tell you. So basically the 1680D ballistic nylon is it's a tough material that was made basically for in World War II for the aviation people, and that was what was used with their flak jackets, okay, to keep them safe. So it's an incredibly tough material. The 1680D, that basically speaks about the thickness of it. So it's quite a high thickness. I suppose if your missus has got a pair of tights, I know there's a denier rating on there, and the higher the denier, the thicker they are, I guess. So, not to compare my manly bag to a pair of tights, but but that's the kind of idea, okay? So 1680 is quite like a really high, sort of a high number for the weave of it, okay? So another thing just to point out to you here, guys, is this handle here is made of aircraft cable, okay? So it's incredibly durable, and all the way down here you can see that this is all stitched into the side of the bag, and this weave goes all the way down here to the bottom, and it's basically all integral to the structure of the bag. Okay, so I'll just show you on the bottom here. You've got a really solid base, really hard plastic, and it goes really quite high as well. You can see the thickness of that. It goes really quite high, so if you stick this in a puddle of water or something, you're all good. Okay, now zips at the top, really strong zips, which have got something to lock your zips together, so little wandering hands can't get into your tool bag with sticky fingers. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now, I don't know what make the zips are, and quite frankly I don't care. There are some other makes that sort of make a big fuss about the fact that it's got YKK zips on it, and just about every zip I see is YKK. It's like the Armitage Shanks toilet, I guess, of the zip world. Everything's YKK. My little girl's trousers, the zips on them, like flipping Peter Rabbit trousers have got YKK zips on them. So I don't know what the quality of that is all about, but that I don't know what the zips are, and that's why I don't really care. Okay, but they are nice, thick, good quality zips. Okay, they zip really nicely, really smoothly. So you see, I can pull them really gently, no problem at all. Just pull them straight back up. No snagging, no problems with them. Really smooth running zip. It's good to put a bit of oil on your zips now and again. That goes with any zip, no matter what the quality. Now, let's start at the front of it here. You've got this front pocket here. Now, in here, you've got, this is just like a sort of your stationery pocket, I guess. I keep a pair of scissors in there, just a couple of pens, and you've got quite a thick, sort of deep pocket here. You know, I'm not one for doing up my zips all the time, and I got my little highlighter pen there for marking out sort of, you know, zone plans and things like that. This here though is really cool. You've got a little parts tray here, so if you've got like a dirty floor or something, you know, you can just, you know, you can just grab something, and I'm going to stick it on there, you know, and just show you that, hang over the edge there. It just sits on there, and you can put lots of little bits on there. You could put some, you could put like you could get like a magnet tray on there, I guess, I suppose. And if you're taking something, you know, if you're taking screws out of something, you could just put, you know, all the screws on the magnet tray, and, you know, just have it like that. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, in fact, I might get it. I'm thinking of getting a small magnet tray now, so I can do that. I've just given myself a good idea there. So yeah, that's that. So that's the front pocket there. Again, it's got these big, thick, sturdy zips on all of them. Now, I'm starting a new job on Tuesday, which I'm looking forward to. But until then, I did keep my company tablet in here, which is a big sort of 9-inch tablet, and it had like a big thick sort of case on it. So, you know, there's plenty of room for it in there. So I did keep that in there. All the pockets, as usual with Klein bags, they're all bright orange. Now, just coming back to the range of this bag, you know, this is the top of the line one. This is their most expensive one. So I keep seeing, you know, the mid-range Klein bags going up against, you know, the expensive Vito Pro packs and things like that. But this is the one that goes up against things like that. Okay, this is the competitor to those top of the line expensive bags. This is the one they're putting up against it. Okay, this is the one that's going to give them a real, you know, this is their challenger. Okay. I love that it's got the embossed Klein Tools in there. Now this is the hard sort of front, which is, you know, symbolic of Klein. A lot of Klein bags have these. This one's a bigger bag. Now for this, you can keep your valuables in here. You can keep your meters in here if you wanted to. Me, to be honest, I don't quite use it quite for what it's meant for. I keep gloves, my PP in here. Now I don't want to get my glasses broken, even though, as you can see, they're not particularly well looked after. I think I will be investing in Klein's versions of them. You know, I get my hearing protectors in here, you know, gloves, clean face masks, things like that. Things I want to keep nice and clean. I don't want to get mixed in with my tools, you know, and get all dirty. So that's what I keep on there. So good, solid thing there. But yeah, you can keep whatever you like in it, you know. And also, I don't think Klein intended this, but it does. Yeah. When you put it down like that, you know, you've got a sort of, it sort of stays nice and open, so you can just reach in with your hands, and you've got quite a flexy pocket, you know, which is really quite deep. So, you know, even if you're sort of working with just a couple of tools on the outside of your bag, if you were to leave this open or empty, you can just shove some tools in there while you're working in it and put it back in the bag after. Save you opening and closing your bag, like say you're outside or something, it's raining, you could do something like that, which is quite cool. Another thing to draw your attention to on the back, you've got you've got some really thick padded straps. Okay, you know, everything's the best on these because they are, you know, even little things like this, you know, the ends, you can roll them up and velcro them together, so you don't have like long dangly bits hanging down on your bag, which is really cool. Okay, so everything with this top of the range, you get your big thick D rings all over engineered and padded. You get your chest strap there, you know, which is sort of thick, sort of plastic, and you get this sort of exoskeleton style padded back on it with a movable back there, so it sits comfortably into whatever line of your back is. So that's cool. And at the top you get a hook. You know, Mikey commented on this. This is really put into the structure of the bag, so that's not going anywhere. And you can like hang that on whatever you're working on. You know, you could hang it on some shelving or something, or, you know, on the wall or whatever you wanted if you're working in a dirty environment. So, you know, your bag isn't in all the cack all over the floor. So that's nice. And then that just slides nicely into there, which is pretty cool. You know, so when you pull that out, you'll have a nice little surprise. You've got a really sort of heavy duty hook on that, and the whole structure of the bag on the outside is all hard and reinforced. It's not like my old Klein bag where it was sort of like a soft shell sort of service bag. It's all hard and reinforced. At the sides here, you've got a big stretchy pocket. Now you can use that. I think it's intended for water sort of bottles. I tend to keep my little parts bag in there, which I hang on this D-ring here, which is quite cool. And I've got my, you know, I've got my tapes I use here. I've got my pos and my negative, my live and my neutral colour tapes with earth, and because I work with fire cable, I tend to, you know, tape off my earths with red so it looks nice and neat, nice and professional, and matches into the cable. Another cool little feature on the front here, you've got this pocket, okay, so you can unclip this and you can stick whatever you like in there. So you might want to put it's quite, you know, quite a spacious. If I just put my hand across there, you can see it's quite spacious. You know, you could put your cable in there if you wanted some cable in there. You could put an impact driver in there, and then you can tape it all back up. And the cool thing about it is these straps here at the side are adjustable. So, you know, when you can pull it. I've got it on the smallest thing here because I don't really carry anything particularly big in there, but you can pull those, so this is far bigger, and then you can have this pocket pretty much like that and just clip together, so you can keep something fairly substantial in there. And it's all again reinforced. Look, I'll show you this there, all that stitch in there, it's all reinforced, all solid, reinforced there. So everything in this bag is double stitched, which is nice to see. You know, the zippers, as you can see, they just go right into the stitch in there. So everything's sort of held together as one big thing. So it's nice to see that sort of quality aspect of this bag. Right, so let's get into the nitty gritty then. Let's do what I've been asked to do. Let's get into the inside of the bag. Now, this isn't, I am going to show you another feature of this bag in a minute, but I don't use it personally. Now, this is how I have my bag, okay? This is how I keep it. So I keep my meters down here. So at the bottom of the bag here, you can see in front there is this whacking great space. And I'll just show you how big that is. I'll put my hand in there, okay? Now what I tend to do is I keep my Klein tool belt in here. I don't use it as a tool belt, but what I do like is that I can just pull it out and carry this around. I can attach it to my belt if I want, and I can take any of the tools from up here, I can stick them in here and decide, right, I'm going to take these with me today or those with me. No, at the moment I got my pad saw in there, you know, and you know, got my a couple of screwdrivers, got my stubby in there, some wrenches, got my knife, got my electrician's knife in there, my famous little friend here, you know, things like that. And then I keep my meters there. Now I used to have a battery tester in there as well, but that was a company issue and I've just given that back to my company. But there's plenty of room just to shove them both in there, and you know, any of the little bits and bobs you want. Now you can choose if you want to stick your screwdrivers in there, but that brings me to one of the things I didn't like so much about it. So for example, if I wanted to put pliers in there, because you've got this reinforced top on it, they're a bit, that's dead easy to get out there, so I'm probably making myself look a bit daft there, but if you've got a longer screwdriver in there, it tends to snag on the top and it's a bit of a game to get it out. So what I tend to do is I keep my pliers and stuff in here, which is the way I like it, and I can just grab them straight out, no issues. And you know, the screwdrivers I tend to keep down here. Let me just show you what I mean about that. So if you put a screwdriver in there, it's fine, but if you get it like through one of these loops, as it's supposed to, as you can see, it's a right game to get in there. So I don't tend to use it for that. If you want to keep your screwdrivers just in the pockets, like no problem. You know, I got a longer one here. You know, with that one, it might be, it's not too much of a problem. You can get that in and out, that's all right. But just putting things in the loops there, if it's something long like a screwdriver, they don't work too good. So maybe Klein didn't design them for screwdrivers, but this is how it works for me. I like to put everything in there. They just sit along here. You know, I keep my my laser distance measurer and the voltage stick in there. You know, I like to do that. You know, the pockets are all really big, so you can easily keep two things in, and you can see they don't snag, they're not difficult to put back. So I've got my cable strippers in there, and I've got my crimpers in there. Big heavy tools, big solid pockets. You can just chuck them in however you like and they stay in there, they don't fall around, you know. So, you know, they all go in nice and easily, shove back in nice and easily, you know, so that's fine. You can keep plenty of screwdrivers in here. These do have, if you want to keep smaller items, they do have, I choose not to use them, but they do if I can get to them. One-handed fun again here, right. There you go. So they do have the flaps on them with the Velcro that goes over the front if you want, or if you want to keep something in there that you don't want falling about too much. I don't tend to use them. I just tend to keep my screwdrivers in there. That's the way I like to do it, because you can keep, you know, a lot of screwdrivers in there, and I can fit more than that if I want. You know, I can decide to put that in there. I can, you know, put my long one in there. You know, whatever I fancy doing, really. There's loads and loads of screwdrivers you can keep in there. Got my, you know, my tin snips in there. Got my croppers and stuff in here, and I hang them over there again, and you know, they just stay in there nice and solid. So you know, this is what I keep in here. Now this just brings me on to something I don't like quite so much about this bag, but this is, I will explain, it's a bit of a necessary evil. I don't tend to keep a huge amount of tools in here, because basically the bag on its own, with this caddy, which I'm going to talk about in a second, the bag on its own weighs 6 kilograms on its own. So you have got to watch the weight of the bag, not for the fact that the bag won't take the weight. The bag will take a good weight. It's just, you know, it on your back. That's the only thing. So it's going to be heavy. I tend, because I'm going normally short distances from the van to where I'm going, I tend to use this carry hook really, because I like that. But you know, the straps are very supportive, but you know, it does get heavy, so that's just one thing. But that said, it is a necessary evil, because if you want the aircraft grade handles on it, if you want the 1680 ballistic weave, if you want the big thick solid base, and you want the double stitching and everything held together solidly, you know, it's going to weigh a bit. Simple as that. I mean, you look at these are all reinforced here and everything's reinforced, you know, even the bottom's all nice and carpeted and stuff. You know, so, you know, you haven't got a nasty plastic base that scratches all up. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of necessary for the amount of stuff you want in it, you know, so you kind of need that. Then on the side, then, you've got your tape measure clip. I don't actually tend to keep a tape measure on you very often, because I don't use it very often, and it's just a bit of extra weight, and you know, tape measures tend to bang into things. Then you've got another sort of... you've got another pocket here which you can zip down and make into a bigger pocket, or you can just hold it flush to your bag. Me, you know, from my reviews before, I don't tend to keep a lot of, you know, tools on the outside of my bag if I can help it, because, you know, I just like to keep all my tools protected from the weather. Now, alternatively, if you want to remove all this, yeah, there you do get this caddy that comes with it. Now that sits really nicely in there. Okay, and it's got lots of different pockets, so you know, you can fill this up with your screwdriver pocket. Your screwdrivers there, these are designed for, and they go through there and clip into the loops there. And you can do that. You can put your screwdrivers in there. You know, you could put a longer item in there. You know, you could get a pad saw and put it in there. You know, things like that, whatever you wanted. You can, you know, pop your super rods. You can pop your super rods in there. Longer items are fine. You've got these big pockets here, big thick pockets. If you turn it around the other way, you've got 3 pockets here, which have got the Velcro on for keeping things in. So you could keep like smaller sort of test instruments in there, I guess. This you could use for parts or whatever you wanted. And then you've got the handle on top. But what it's intended for basically is basically like I use this. So, like I use that, you can basically get all the stuff you want to use on a particular job, take it out of there, pop it in this caddy, whatever you want, lift your caddy out with the tools you want for that day. So I want a couple of screwdrivers, I want my rods, you know, I want my pad saw, and I need my pliers, you know, so you can just take them out, stick them in there, whatever you want, or more if you need it, and just carry that on the job with you. Okay, so that's the idea. And then the same, it's like a little mini bag. You get the hook on it as well, so you can hook it up on the wall and use it for whatever you want to use it for. And then that all fits in there, it slides back and forth. Your tool bag opens up, you get everything in it, you know, and you can access anything else. So you can have almost the business end of it there, which is quite cool. You get another big pocket here. This I just use to like keep all stickers in and things like that, anything I need to put on labels and things, so that's pretty cool. I'm not sure why it doesn't go right to the end there, but hey ho, that's the way it's designed. So yeah, and everything again is all double stitched, it's all nicely put together. I'll just show you that there. So it's all nicely stitched. I'll show you the stitching quality there. So I'll show you the stitching on there. See, on the more vulnerable parts, you get all the double stitching. So you know, this is the kind of thing that they do. But for me personally, I just like that you can have this massive space under here. This is what works for me. Now, Klein make a bag called the Tool Station Backpack, which is another one I really like, another one I'd recommend. And I wanted that. And you basically can have that here, for me, because if I use it like this, I can have that like a Tool Station Backpack. I can have all my tools sitting here ready for me, which I like. But I get the advantage as well. I sort of get the sort of the top of the range quality as well, because for me, I like to just be able to have my bag open like that and just be able to reach in to get everything. So I've got my stickers available there, I've got my meter available there, I've got my cutters available, I've got my screwdrivers all available, so I can, whatever I'm doing, or I can even hang it with me where I am with the hook. I can just reach down, grab what I want, pull it out, done, 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 done. And you know, I've got a bigger tool bag, as you've seen. I've got a rolling tool organizer, so I can swap tools out for whatever I want, you know, put some in the organizer. You know, I can take this out, I can put a drill in there if I want to, or in the front. It's just, I just like it for that. I just like having this big space. But for me as well, I can load this up with other stuff, hang this in the van, and then I can have a little tool trolley to take whatever I want. So, and I mean, the bag's got the height. I mean, if I want to shove that down there, again, I can fit my super rods in there if I want to do that. The little ones, so, you know, that can be fine. Or you could, you know, stick, if you open this out a bit on the side, you could stick, you know, a longer even set of super rods in the side there if you wanted. You know, there's lots of different things you can do with this bag, which is quite good. And I like the versatility of it, and I love the fact that it just stands up. It doesn't matter how much weight you put in the front there, it'll just sit there and stand up for you, and it'll stay wherever you put it, which is great. So this is how I keep my bag, guys. You know, all my main tools are in here. I say I can swap them out as I please, put different things in. You know, if I want to, you know, if I want to stick a lockout kit in there, if I'm doing electrics, I can shove that in there. Everything fits in, does up nice and easily, no problem at all. And you know, I say you got to watch the weight on it sometimes, but you know, most of us in the trades, you know, I don't like to boast, but we are reasonably big and strong, so it shouldn't be a big problem for us. But yeah, that's it. So this is it, the Klein Tools Master Tool Backpack. Absolutely love this bag, guys. Now, if you want to get hold of this, you can get hold of it from CEF, and it's also available from Loadout.shop. I'm going to put the links in the description for this bag, okay, so you can have a look at that. It's between about 320, 330 pounds, something like that. So it is an expensive bag, but it is, you know, it is very, very, very high quality. This is you know, the top of the range bag. There's so many different ways you can use it, and you know, I've been loving it. I've been absolutely loving it. So you know, and the thing I love about this is like no one else. You don't see many of them on site, so it's a bit different. It turns a few heads. It's like, oh, what bag's that? You know, if you like that kind of thing, if you're into your tools, it's a good conversation starter. And you know, it's just a useful little friend to just have with you wherever you go. So there you go, guys. If you like this bag, like I say, I'll drop a link to the descriptions below. Say even nice little quality things like that, like you get your little Velcro things to pull your straps up. You know, I like the little things like that about it, and you know how solid everything is on it, and you know how well built it is. That is what I like about it. So this is, like I say, this is the Mac Daddy. This is the top dog. If you want to see the best the Klein has to offer in backpacks, if you want to have and own the best the Klein has to offer in backpacks, the most versatility, this is the one, the Klein Tools Master Tool Backpack. Hey, well guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, like I say, please like and subscribe. We're past 700 subscribers now, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed so far. It's been really great. I'm really enjoying this. Sorry for the delay in the videos, but you know, sometimes guys, like, this isn't, you know, my job by any means. You know, I work full time as well, so sometimes life does get in the way. But thank you so much for everyone who's liked and subscribed, and thank you for all your comments. Tell me what you think of this backpack, guys. Do you love it? Would you want to buy this? You know, what backpacks do you use? So, you know, and if you want to know anything about any of the tools you see in this backpack as well, you know, let me know, and I'll help you out with that as well. So next video, guys, we're going to be doing, as you know, I've been given these electrical tools by Klein as well. So in our next video, we're going to be looking at them and having a play with these and seeing what they can do. Got this guy as well. He tends to live in my other tool bag because he's a big boy, this guy, so he adds a bit of weight to the bag. So but we'll be reviewing him as well, and the screwdrivers. So all the electrical tools, we'll be looking at their electrical range, which I've got most of here. So tune in for that, guys. That should be coming within the next week or so. Thanks again, and I will see you on the next video. Take care and good night.